Hey, it's Michelle with Between Us Girls, and I want to talk to y'all about my FabFitFun subscription box. Now, I know there are a lot of boxes out there, but this one comes with the full-sized items, you guys. A Yumi Kim makeup bag, Tarte drink of H2O, Murad renewing eye cream, and some great sunnies by Quay. Now, don't you fret if you don't love the items I mentioned. These boxes are customizable, so you can choose whatever your heart desires. I'm really excited about the renewing eye cream because, child, I look as tired as I feel some days. Now, they sell out fast, so head over to www.fabfitfun.com and get your first one today using our code BUG, B-U-G, 10, the number 10. They retail for $49.99 and always value over $200. So use our code BUG10 and get $10 off your box. Get on this, sis. Now let's start the show.
You are now listening to Between Us Girls, the podcast, where we discuss life's fuckeries and then some over wine.
Hey, welcome to our show. This is Michelle.
Danielle.
And this is
Between Us Girls.
And tonight we do have a guest. We have a Houston podcasting professional here with us. He hosts The Real Deal with Akil on ESPN, 97.5, right?
Yeah, but it's not on. It's not like on air. It's like it's on thing, internet. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't be trying to.
Don't try to downplay it.
You know where our show is? On our show.
That's the same thing for me too. On my show. Same thing.
But on ESPN.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen you branded next. You stand next to ESPN letters, and, and they're good with that. So you part of the ESPN family. So we have Akil Williams here with us, and we are going to talk about our positivity and what we're sipping on, and then we're going to jump right into our discussion with him, and we're going to talk a little bit about toxic masculinity and its effect on women. Danielle, hit the flow.
So this week's motivational moment of positivity is create your own business so you don't have to mind someone else's.
Well,
okay, like I keep seeing and hearing of people just like, you heard about what she said or what she doing or what he doing or whatever like that, and it's like, what are you doing though?
No.
Like, why do you have this much time to focus in on what this other person is doing?
Or not doing.
Exactly. So it's like, if you have your own things, then you don't worry about what somebody else is doing.
That's
like get your house in order.
Clean up your own backyard or whatever.
Like do that. And that way you don't have to worry about, well, if she did this or she didn't do this, or like, oh, you heard what Sally Mae said, or what, like, like keep it up with gossip and all of that nonsense. Like you don't need to do that.
Well, you know what, Danielle, the problem is that they don't have shit to do.
Exactly. Get your own business. Figure out what it is that you like to do. Go ahead and get you a hobby. Like I constantly say this because I think that it's very important, because I think that myself included, people like myself didn't really feel like they had something creative to offer.
Yeah.
And so it's like you don't see yourself as a creative person, but you don't realize that some of the things that you do are actually creative.
Well, I had a conversation with somebody earlier, and the thing is that, like, I told her everyone has a job. Everyone is not extremely creative.
Right.
Some people are the strategists. Some people are the analysts. You know what I'm saying?
That's still creative in
right.
a sense.
It's still part of the process. So if you feel like you don't know how to draw, I don't know how to draw shit, but I know how to do other things that I just do with my head. So that's still creativity. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, like I met this guy recently, and he was telling me that as a kid he used to collect fossils, and God, he's a geologist now. And
that is so cool that he really found his gift early.
Yeah, but he was telling me how I think he worked for Shell, and he thought that being a geologist, he was going to be out in the field, in oil rigs looking at stuff, and his job is basically in an office all day. And he was like, I love it, but I hate it because I'm not outside. Yeah. And so he was saying like he has to go outside in nature to get, to feel that need, because he has that void in his job, whatever. But he figured out he likes fossils. Like he just would collect rocks and all of this kind of stuff, and that is a part of his creative nature. Yeah. And so I think people don't necessarily would view that as something that is creative. Like they think of, and when you think in terms of being a creative, you think of like somebody that can sing, rap, that do drama or drama club, all that kind of stuff. You don't really consider how, fostering the things that you enjoy is something that you are actually creating.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of just look at creatives as people who are doers. You know what I mean? You kind of take action. You spend maybe less time on paperwork. You know what I'm saying? You're just there, but everybody is necessary. So even for people who feel like they can't create anything, you're a necessary part of the process. I mean, I hate to call it like a ecosystem, but it really what it is. Everybody has a job to do.
It is, yeah.
So what are we drinking?
Okay, so we haven't had Chardonnay in a
minute. I don't even like it no more. We haven't been drinking it.
So we have a Chardonnay from California. It's called Pound Cake. He wants a cake. It's a 2017.
Oh, what the hell?
Let's see. Oh, the alcohol content is 14.5%.
Oh my God.
It says it's a toasty oak.
It does taste like wood.
It would taste like wood.
I always hate when they put them like, I mean, I guess they do wood barrels, most people. Yeah. But it's like, sometimes I feel like it's so heavy.
Grinding on that wood.
Okay.
So we rate this based on, God, I always forget. Appearance, aroma, yeah, potty taste, and finish. And each category is worth 5 points for a total of 25.
Okay.
And we'll let you know at the end of the show how it fares.
Okay, great. Okay, so guest, hey, you want to say your name the way you say your name the way you do when you do your show.
Oh, how to say my name? Oh man,
what you forgot?
I don't even say my name.
You just start talking.
I just started talking. Like I had
You're
no
like,
intro.
I don't need to say my name. This is my show.
I don't have no intro. Like people just call me AK or I'll be like, yo, you listen to the Real Deal with the Kill podcast. I really don't have like no certain name.
Yeah.
I just start talking.
Yeah.
Like I just like be mellow in the beginning. But then once, like, I feel like the conversation, we just pick it up. We just amped it up. So I really don't even say my name or something. I just go.
Yeah. How do you get your guests?
Well, when I started it off 2 years ago, I had to reach out to people, obviously, because I'm from Houston. I go out sometimes, but it's like once you tap into like a different atmosphere in Houston, it's like, okay, you're unknown. So I had to go reach out to people. Yeah. So once I was doing that, like, the first few episodes was like banging. Like people was catching on real fast because I used to have a sports show at KCOH.
Oh, okay.
So I had a sports show every Saturday for like a year. So then I started interning at ESPN. I moved over there, and I wanted to make people know like I'm serious. Like this show I'm gonna have is real serious.
Yeah.
Because the sports show was like okay, most of my followers on social media was mostly women, so I had to tap into that audience too. So I started getting like Jay Mulan and Julia Martin, who part owns Prospect Park.
Oh, okay.
Lil Flip, Megan Thee Stallion.
I love her. Just from, I don't know.
Yeah.
No shit like that.
Yeah, like she's catching like real fire now.
Yeah, she is.
She's up next, right?
Yeah. And Lil Flip was on the show. I think that's really started out because his freestyle he did on my show like went, not say viral, but it hit like 40K on YouTube.
That's pretty major.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry, you don't
compared
think
so, like I just know how I want my show to go. Like I never just settle.
Yeah.
So like at first I was just emailing people, contact, or I'll be out somewhere, like, hey, you want to come on the show? Yada yada yada.
That's how I ended up talking to you.
Yeah, that's how I be doing it sometimes. Like going out, meeting people, and then like since May of last year, I just had people contact me.
Yeah,
because I had enough episodes already. I had in contact with enough people, so
they're like, he hot, he on fire.
Yeah,
something like that.
But it's because too, like not only do you have enough episodes, the content and the guests that you have and the people, like everything that comes together really makes you go. You know what I mean? Like, people want to be a part of that.
Yeah, and I think in the beginning it was people was coming because, I'm at ESPN.
Yeah.
When you email somebody and say, I'm at ESPN, they're going to sit there and be like, okay, hold on, let me reply back.
It's some clout.
Yeah,
right.
So then that's how it was in the beginning. I think now I wanted to get to a point where my brand was big enough to where I can leave at some point if I want to.
I mean, you could.
Yeah, I can. Like, that's always an option because I'm not going to just have them be like, he's good. His podcast is good because he's at such and such place.
Yeah.
You know, and
you just don't focus on sports though, right?
No, it's not a sports show. Every episode is different. It's like listening to a talk show. Just imagine Ellen without having a TV show.
Okay.
And
so it's like
every
our
guest,
show.
yes. Having a guest.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. Like, that was the whole point I wanted to do the show. I wanted to make it to where every episode has a different guest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
I think it's important when you're by yourself, too, because, like, we have each other. So if we don't have a guest, we can talk to each other. Yeah. You know what I mean? When you're alone, a lot of times solo podcasts are hard to listen to.
It's hard. Yeah. And I think, to me, I can always do solo. Like, I used to do a show by myself solo. Mm-hmm. I always said my first big goal I wanted when I was younger was to, I'm not going to say younger, but a couple of years ago, was to have a nationally syndicated sports radio show. I always want to be on the air. 3-hour show, me talking, have people on the phone calling, yada, yada, yada.
But with
Stephen A., Cowherd, stuff like that. But then once I learned the business side of radio and I learned the money that you can make in podcasting, it's ridiculous. It's different. Like, people think people that's on air now, I'm not going to say names, but people just think people that's on air is, like, making so much money.
They're getting paid radio money.
It's radio money. Like, if I told ESPN, like, hey, I want to be on air, they let me on air, but I got to pay for those spots.
Yeah.
I got to pay hourly.
Right.
And I'm not getting most of that money back.
Right.
The station
So,
is,
like, you get them from your advertisements, etc. So,
it's like being a mainstream artist and an independent artist.
Right.
Yeah. If I'm on air at ESPN doing my show, I'm gonna tap into a whole nother wave of audience.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, you the guy that's on air from 7 to 11. Cool.
Yeah.
But the money is not. The return is not.
You would almost still have to do your side.
Yeah.
If you were going to be on the radio.
Exactly. And being independent is more like, hey, I get all the money. It's me and my 2 camera people making the money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I get on air, they not with me no more, and I feel like I kind of lose my brand a little bit, so to speak. If I get on air, so it's like one of those things that I respect a lot of people that does stuff independently. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you want to get mainstream, you want to get the fame and all that, but at the same time, it's like.
Do you want the fame?
I mean, I know it's gonna come eventually. Once I keep going and going, my thing was I wanted to make my show like the forefront of Houston, because I feel like in my generation, you know, people want, basically, it's like we want to be like in front of the kid. They want to be famous all the time, quick, you know, on social media and everything. But I thought like to myself, like, there's not like just a huge show that we have out here. You know, you had Mad Hat on 97.9. But it's back then. It was cool back then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, that's how we grew up.
Yeah.
But like now when he talks as an adult, I listen to him, I'm like, he's sometimes can be very close-minded. Yeah. And I just like that.
Yeah, and I think that's how I wanted my show to be. I wanted people to be like, okay, this show is next up. I wanted to be like the show, like people be like, hey, there's some money in podcasting. I used to be against podcasting, to be honest with you. I used to be against it. Really? I want to be on radio so much to talk like the business
side. You felt like podcast was downgrade. I
just feel like it was. Yeah, I just feel like it was a downgrade recording. I like to be live, talking, and then. But that's my whole goal for it. I want this to be like the best show it can be, not just for the city of Houston, but just period. Because in Houston, outside of Mad Hatter, there's not a show that's like next up. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you could say Between Us Girls is on.
I know, right? Just like straight shade.
No, for sure. Like, no, I think everybody should have that mentality of being the best.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? It's not, just slut to anybody. I want everybody to be the best they can be.
I think we could all. There's so many podcasts in Houston. Like, are you connected with any other pods in Houston?
I know a couple.
There's so many.
But I know it's a big community. I think the general public hasn't caught on to podcasting yet.
Not in Houston.
Yeah.
I would say. I mean, like, they have kind of, but not so much. Like, I mean, I'm in a group, just in that group on Twitter. It's like 50.
Oh, wow.
Or so. It's like about 50 podcasts.
And those
just
are
specifically.
Like
black. Well, no, not that one. No, it's another group. It's just Houston podcasters. And it's probably about 50 or so. Like Aaron, was he a baseball player?
I'm gonna tell you something right now. I don't listen to a lot of podcasts. Honestly,
you just listen to yours.
I like listening to radio shows. Look, I look at my stuff more than just a podcast. I like to make it like a show. You know what I'm saying? Like, podcast is a show, but like I'm doing the things on the camera. I'm doing things outside of it too, like to make it more interactive. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's nothing. Like I said, it's nothing against me listening to it. It's just
you're
me.
just focused on you, I think. Yeah. Because a lot of people. I mean, I think there are other people who are trying to do those things. People don't have. The thing is, people don't have access to resources a lot of times, so they feel like they can't try to do different stuff. Yeah. But there are resources out there like free stuff that you can use or stuff that's inexpensive and stuff like that. I think.
Yeah, I think being at certain places like ESPN on 97.9 93 they let you record a podcast. It gives you the belief that you can do it because you're at those places. Because if I would have started off doing it at my house when I was 22, 23, I would have no confidence because I'm like, man, I'm not gonna have no random people come to my house. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like maybe because we're all women.
Well, because too, I'm living my parents, my mom. Yeah, so it's like I can't bring.
Mama be looking like.
Think about it. I couldn't bring Slim Thug I never met in my life to my house. Right, you know what I'm saying?
I've never met you a day in my life, and it's like, hey, how you doing?
And we had several people come over here.
Yeah, I know. Who is it? Marcus D. Wiley was up in here.
Yeah.
At the kitchen table downstairs. You know,
he was my professor at TSU.
Ali Sadiq. Yeah, downstairs.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
He
was here all night.
Yes, and he would not stop.
Yeah, I remember he was my professor.
Yeah,
Professor
and
Wiley.
he is a dope dude.
Yeah, he cool.
But the thing is I think the difference between what you're saying and what we started in our 30s. We already were like, we got to do it. When we've changed recording locations so many times. Yeah. Like this, finally, we're gonna try to build a little studio here because this is the hub.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to, we've been at somebody else's house. We've been at somebody else's house. We've been at a studio. We've been at other studios. But and it's hard sometimes to collect the tracks and lay them whenever it's time to release them. But we believe so much in our brand that we're like, hey, it doesn't matter. We just want to get it out there. Because when we started this, it was like, I just want people to hear us. Because I feel like our conversations are so important, especially among Black women, that we need to be sharing this. And I mean, we have a decent following, but most of our listeners are not local. So the people who listen to us are like in Lagos and all these places in Africa and shit. Yeah. So it's like places we can't, not that we can't go to.
Trying to tap into Houston.
Yeah. And that's like the tough, because it's saturated at the same time.
Yeah, that's the other thing about podcasts too, is like, I always feel like, to have something that's successful, if podcasting is so saturated, I think the way to have people click in is to be different than everybody else. And that's what I told somebody not too long ago. I said, man, like, if you're going to have a show of podcasts, why would you want to have, because she wants to do like a sports show. That's too saturated. Everybody's talking about the same topics. Mm-hmm. They're not going to why would they go to you?
Right.
As opposed to listening on TV already. So that's my thing about the podcast.
Well, if she's going to do a sports show, she needs to go
and be
on
different.
Set or be doing sports. Yeah. Or like you can still do what everybody else is doing, like you said, but you got to just have like a value add that says, oh, I'm right here, like a cut above.
Yeah. And that's why I basically had to make the format I wanted to. I mean, having a guest every episode, but like getting the type of guest that who it was. And because not a lot of people, I mean, because ESPN helped a lot. It helps a whole lot because the press runs, these people go on, be 97.9, Match 102, and that's it.
Yeah.
ESPN gets like something new. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, oh, it's a new look. Okay, cool. But that's why I say, like, I just want to tap in and make it different and bring something new to like the city, especially for people like in my generation too.
I think though that kind of the problem with what you're saying though is that even though there are 50 million people, because I mean literally there are a million podcasts out there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
On iTunes, it's like iTunes, it's a million podcasts,
with
right?
Wine.
You know, even with wine or whatever, like, you know, we drink wine and review it or whatever. Well, actually, I don't think a lot of shows actually review it or whatever. Like a lot of shows actually drink it, you know. But even though somebody is talking about the same topic, when you're talking about sports, they have the same things going on in sports or whatever.
Yeah.
You still have this individual that see things differently. They have a different perspective. So even though that they're talking about something that 100 other people are also talking about, they bring something different simply because they have a different perspective on it. So it's like, you don't want to discourage somebody in one sense from doing that because their voice alone is going to be different because they're viewing it with different lenses. You know what I mean? But they at the same time, I get what you're saying, what you guys are saying, like you need to have something about you that makes you different.
Right.
But I don't want to say don't do this because there are all these other people doing it, because you're going to be different simply because it's you.
Yeah, and then you got to market it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I said, if you're not marketing this stuff on social media, nobody's gonna hear your voice.
I think that's the main problem with a lot of podcasts, because I actually posed this question in one podcast group, and I was actually kind of shocked.
Sorry,
I was actually kind of shocked when I asked the people, like, how often are you releasing content and how many downloads are you getting per episode?
In that Houston podcast group.
Yeah, and like a couple people were like 30 downloads per week.
How long have they been open? I'm like, it's a damn store.
I don't even know, like, but it's just like you're getting 30 downloads. Like, so to me that says you're not necessarily putting your stuff out there. Like when we, like you need to like tap into your network and make sure that people that are saying, are liking your stuff, or comment, or just get somebody to just get like a group of people when you post it to just comment on it, so it'll build up and it'll show on more on other people's timeline,
or share it
or whatever,
like, so that's it's almost more important for you to share the content than it is for you to engage with it where it is. Share it. Let's all go engage everywhere. That's more taps. You know what I mean?
Just like, well, I think about it in terms of like on Facebook when the like pages, I like a lot of pages, but I never see their content. And I don't see their content until there's like 1,000 comments or whatever.
And you're not going to see it unless you engage with it regularly. You know what I'm
saying?
Right.
But even like stuff that I don't engage with, like it'll show up on my feed once there are a certain number of comments. Mm-hmm. Right. So if you can even get people to just comment on your stuff, and then the people that follow them will eventually
they'll see it. Yeah.
They'll start to see it. So to me, it says like if you only have 30 downloads, you're not really marketing your show. Yeah. You're not really trying to get it out there. And I think that's
or it's boring.
Like you can't even get into the content part.
I mean, that's part of it. Is your shit interesting?
You gotta be energetic. That's the one thing I wanted to do for myself too, is be energetic. Like, but the thing is too, at the same time, people like y'all team. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people try to do things by themselves and it don't work. Mm-hmm. Like even though I talk about myself, it's not just me.
Yeah.
Like I have 2 camera people, but like
they work.
I tell them sometimes, I'm like, yo, one of us gonna edit this video, one of us gonna do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? Post it on YouTube, do all these things. And the one secret that I'm telling y'all now that I don't tell a lot of people about the.
Well, you're telling the whole world right now, so.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell them. So if they don't catch on to this, then so be it. Is paying, but you basically paying for what you got. Is monetization. Mm-hmm. You paying for a company to run your Instagram or your Facebook or your Twitter. You know what I'm saying?
Because they're going to keep part of your whatever advertising dollars, etc. Because a lot of time they'll offer that too. You know what I'm saying? They're like, join us.
Well, I was speaking on as far as like social media. Like, okay, for example, Instagram. Like, you can pay you paying for your followers, but you're not paying for fake followers. You paying for people to see your content.
You mean like under the spot if you promote an ad?
No, you talking about buying followers?
Yeah.
I don't believe in buying followers.
I'm gonna tell you something right now.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell y'all something right now.
Because most of those followers
they're not engaged. I want people who are gonna engage.
Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. 2018 of January, I ran to this company, and they run these things behind the scenes, and I was at 3,300 last February.
No, you have.
I have
almost
15.
19.
But what happened was that
you have 15 now.
15. But the thing was that it wasn't. These not fake followers. these are people that's really like following me, like
sports
but
or shows.
I tell them they ask me, cause I thought it was kind of sketchy at first too, because I'm like, I'm not paying for no followers, you know what I'm saying? But that's what a lot of people do, and you can just tell. But you're not. I wasn't guaranteed to get a 12,000 follow jump. It's my content I'm putting out there, and it's the audience I'm reaching.
Did they guarantee you a certain amount though?
They'll tell you, of course, like you can reach up to a certain amount.
And how long did it take?
Took a year.
So let me tell y'all a secret. I used to work for a company in Stafford, and I was the social media assistant. One of my jobs was to follow and unfollow people every day to build the following to high-ass numbers.
Yeah, same thing I'm doing.
And I would go to, so let's say, who's somebody that you wanted your show to be like?
Show to be like?
Yeah, like when you went to these people, did they ask you any questions about who do you follow? What do you want your show to be like? Any of those questions?
They asked me what type of audience you want to engage with.
That so they go find somebody who's like you that has a lot of followers. They go seek there's an app that you can use. They go to that person's page. I did
that manually, and there's an app.
I told you it was called shit. Tweet. Oh, no. Anyway,
yeah.
But they go through there. They pick a person. They follow that person's followers. Anybody that follows back, they keep them. You don't follow back, they unfollow you.
Yeah.
And they just do that every day until you build.
And it's a plan.
That's like the community thing on Twitter, community IT or something. I think
they're not gonna come out and say, "Hey, we're following and unfollowing you guys."
No. I think that I think when we first got on Twitter, it was like some community IT thing that was like that where they follow, or whatever.
I mean, and it does work, but I feel like this is what I like about Instagram. I like to see who I connected with, naturally, because I see the bots. And I know which ones be the bots because I'm like, bitch, you don't know nothing about what I'm doing. Yeah. You can't possibly be interested in me. You just follow somebody similar to me.
Yeah, but I think the good thing about it was that when I thought it was fake when I first did it, but I'm getting real. I gained a lot of guests, Tony Rock. You know what I'm saying? It's real people, but a lot of people are afraid to. But you gotta pay for that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta.
Yeah, definitely. You gotta
get your money's worth.
You
gotta invest in yourself. So I think that's what everybody you see on Instagram is the same. YouTube, you just don't wake up and have 13 million subscribers. Right. YouTube is the same way. So, it's more money in YouTube you gotta put in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you also have to. If you're gonna be on YouTube and you're really gonna be popping, your shit has to be tight. Because you can watch anybody's shit. Anytime I see a video and I'm like, sis, you didn't even try. I don't sub. You know what I'm saying? You got to be engaging because now I'm looking at you. So I'm looking at you and you got this dry ass face on. So I'm like, I don't want to be. I'm not gonna subscribe to that to continue to get that content.
So
you want to talk about the actual topic that you?
No, I was actually going to ask them what made you want to get into journalism. Have you always wanted to do that?
No, I always wanted to play ball. So I grew up playing football and basketball. Like I said, high school was 4 years of hell for me. I was going through a lot. Grades wise, I wouldn't pass. I didn't walk in high school.
Were you depressed? Did you not?
I was just not applying myself. I was just playing ball so much, and I was like, I keep falling. I keep falling off the team.
Dreams like a motherfucker, but you can't play.
I was playing. You know what I'm saying? I was on the team all 4 years, but I kept failing all 3 to 4 years.
So did they allow you to play while you were failing?
No. Once the midterm came, district came, people knew school.
I'm calling the police.
District season was nah, he finna fell off, and it was just getting too much.
So you didn't see though that was stopping you from meeting your dream of playing ball?
At that time, I wasn't really just can't. I don't know what was going on. You didn't care about it. I just didn't care. I thought I'd care so much.
I kind of feel like that's not necessarily a coincidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that it was supposed to happen that way.
And I think so because it leading up to now is I got to HCC at 18. I was just there, just trying to figure myself out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then one day I ran. Like I said, I tell this story every day, to people. Theo Dorsey, he's a news anchor now. He just moved to the top 50 city market in Greensboro. So he was going to Hampton at the time, and I ran into him at a party. And we was just talking. He was at Hampton doing all these things for NBC Sports and interning for the Wizards and all these other things. I was like, man, that sounds cool. I want to do that. So I started writing. I started blogging on his website. Did a couple of stories, but then one story I wrote
It went fake viral again.
It went crazy.
Just but at random, he has all this shit going viral, but he's like, I mean,
it went. I can't even say that. Like, it was like 2 stories I did, then like this one story I did about Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And like he called me the next day after I wrote it. He was like, "Yo, you see the numbers?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Go to the website." In 24 hours, I had the website been around for 2 years already. That one story was like the most viewed story on that website.
Yeah.
And it's like in 2014, I was like, okay, I'm taking this serious.
Yeah.
So I applied to TSU because I was going to go to Sam Houston. And then I was having a child on the way. And then my dad passed in May of 2014. He's 4 now.
Okay.
And
handful?
Yeah, for sure. And then I got TSU, and since the first day I got on campus, I was focused. Like, I was going to be at KTSU. I was doing a lot of things for TSU, sports and broadcasting.
So it changed you and made you focus more on like
because I didn't know.
Goals.
Yeah, because I didn't know how much I would love something else outside of playing ball. I thought I could help put the ball down, but then I realized, like, man, I'm working harder in this than I was in that. Like, I'm the type of person now when I do my shows, I want my shows to be so good and so great. I want the guests to feel like so, you know what I'm saying? They like, man, I want to come back again. So in basketball, I'm like, man, why? I wasn't shooting around after practice. I wasn't looking at film. I was just doing it. Yeah, exactly. Yes. And I wasn't trying. I figured out now, like, man, I need it.
Because your passion, because right here, you feel it. Yeah. More than just like, I feel like I'm good at basketball, so I'm just going to do it.
I wasn't like
you're more connected with it.
Yeah. And I'm more confident. Like, people try to confuse cocky with confident. It's not that. Yeah. It's a total difference.
Danielle can talk to you about that because Danielle's very confident.
Yeah, like you got to be like people. I feel like people that's cocky is like the people that can't back it up.
Yeah, there's a lot of bravado.
Confidence, like, man,
you're trying to convince yourself.
Yeah. And it's like, yo, I know I got the shit. You know what I'm saying? You wanna.
I'm that nigga.
Like, you wanna feel like that every time.
You have to drive.
Yeah, I got to drive.
Well, so do I, but we're professionals.
So like, but that's how I feel. So that's how I knew I love journalism.
You know what I was saying? I'm sorry, honey. Continue.
But no, like that's how I said, I knew I loved it once I started seeing the progression with it.
Yeah.
And I'm still growing. I'm only 25. Like, I was always told radio, the peak of radio is like 40. But that's it.
You know what I'll say? I'll say that my son told me, because he's running track now, and he didn't make the basketball team. He claimed it was because he hurt his ankle, but then he hurt his ankle again today. The child got weak ankles. They look like his dad's, okay? I don't know.
He needs some braces.
Yeah. But anyway, he was telling me that all his friends who were the fastest kids on the track team failed. I'm like, we ain't even had the first meet yet. Like, y'all not even trying. You know what I'm saying? It's probably because they don't care, like you said. But I'll say this. I know what's going to happen. You'll be like, you're going to be on TV on ESPN or on some other station doing, because that's what I always tell my son. He's like, oh, I love basketball. I'm like, you don't love basketball, but you love YouTube and shit. So I'm like, you need to work on your actual gifts that you're good at. I could see my son as a sportscaster because he's so smart, and he's always talking about those people are trash. So I'm like, I mean, somebody will tap into that. So you're going to be exactly where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to end up on TV, and we're going to be like, there he go.
And it's crazy because I remember, like, outside of playing it, I will always debate and talk to people about sports. But I think, like I said, with this show I got now, it made a whole nother challenge for me because I never really just talked to people about the news or entertainment. So it was actually a challenge for me to
change it up.
Yeah, to change it up because I'm so used to talking about sports and analyzing things and give my own little theories.
Challenge you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
but that's how you grow.
Yeah.
You know, and you are. So let's talk about Cardi real quick.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So, Danielle, your question was very important. I want you to repeat the question for our viewers.
What happened this week with
So she said something about
No. Wait.
What?
Shit.
Okay.
What did you no, that was last week. My bad.
Wait, which one?
I was about to say Offset.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about that. We talked about that.
Yeah, but that was last week.
Let's ask him that question too, though.
What happened to Offset?
I feel like we should ask that question again because we have another man here.
What happened to Offset?
Do you remember when Offset came to Cardi's job and got on stage?
Oh yeah, with the roses.
So how did you think that was okay, or what did you think about that?
He wanted his woman back.
So you thought it was okay?
Oh my God.
2 in a row.
He wanted his woman back.
Oh my God.
That's like,
y'all ever come to my job with no bullshit?
Think about back in the day, you ever seen the movies?
You're not embarrassing me.
Think about the movies.
This ain't the movies.
No, I'm just saying, like, think about stuff happened back in the day before cell phones where you couldn't. So you know how you post to somebody's
at
friend's
an
house.
arena, at a concert.
Hold on, you gonna disrupt this woman's whole job?
Whole job in front of the whole world because
he wanted his woman
I
back.
need you back.
Exactly.
So I can fuck up again.
You see this? Like he's
gonna do it. You gonna do whatever it takes.
He want his woman back.
Whatever it takes.
I want you. I need you to conform to my yes.
You want your woman back.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyway.
Okay.
That's
bad. So
hold on, wait. No, you can't just skim through that. Like you gotta.
Why? Okay. It's bad because you are putting. Okay. So let's break this down. Let's look at the situation of what occurred. Right. So he messed up.
Yeah.
He cheated on her. It was public out there.
Yeah.
She was like
totally embarrassed.
Exactly. She was embarrassed and she didn't want to deal with him anymore. She broke up with him or whatever, right?
She was trying to act hard, but no, she was hurt.
My feelings are hurt. I want you back.
My feelings are hurt that I cheated on you. And you got upset.
And you got upset. Okay, exactly. You see me on Instagram with this whole sad video.
You're not even speaking?
And that was not enough. Right. Like, it's like... It's actually about
very
this.
Selfish.
It's very selfish, and it's kind of like it rolls into this whole idea of toxic masculinity, which we were talking about today.
He's young too. He's under 30, so it's like he's still learning. You know what I'm saying?
So it's my needs over your needs, and that's why it's toxic.
Yeah,
well,
that's why it's problematic because
I know they're good now to us. We see they probably not really good because they didn't really do any healing before they went. Okay, we're okay.
We gotta think about when you get cheated on in a relationship and y'all get back, that scar is never gone.
Fuck no.
It's like when you scrape your elbow, like it's
never heals when you can't dig into that bitch. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't want to look at why they did it. They want to go, okay, if we're gonna get back together, we can't talk about it anymore.
Yeah, it's like you're supposed to just automatically, move on from it when there are a plethora of effects from that situation. It's like, one, I'm embarrassed. One, you've hurt my self-esteem. Now I feel like, am I enough for you? Because so there's a lot of brokenness within that situation of cheating that don't necessarily surface immediately. Like it festers over time because it's like, okay, so now he's going out. Okay, so is he going to do this again? Like that, so you start to question.
Yeah, he probably still cheating now. Still. He just got caught.
He probably is. But that's the thing that's what I mean by digging in it. Like imagine, like you said, it's festering. When people get gangrene, they don't leave it.
All right.
They can chop that bitch off. But this is not that. You can't just cut it off because you're gonna stay. So you need to clean the wound, really heal. Counseling is important, and going up to her job and being like, "Oh, I want you back now."
Right? Yeah.
You need to get the fuck out.
Let me breathe first.
Yeah, I need to. And I was even saying it's okay if they get back together. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But work on it first because if you do it, if you rush into it, what's gonna happen? Like you said, he's still gonna do.
Right.
Okay, so we're back to life. I will. I'm not gonna say it.
Okay, so this week Cardi is back in the news because of a video that surfaced from maybe before she was famous, right? I think it was. Mm-hmm. And she was talking about how she drugged and sex dudes or whatever for money, which I'm like,
did she say she had sex with him, or
that's what I said? I don't think she had
drugged and robbed
drugged and robbed him. Yeah, I said
more than likely sex. She was a stripper too.
I mean, I think they arrived there for sex.
I don't think that. I saw one post where some guy said that. Well, he posted a picture of him and Cardi and
first, do you believe that these people who are going to come forward are actually fucked her?
I don't think so. And when I was reading it, he was saying that he woke up, to a condom on the floor, and I was like, that condom probably was not used. It probably was just wet.
Could you just imagine? I bet you she was just like, oh, fuck these niggas. I bet you she probably didn't even really just want to dance. She just did it because she knew she could make money.
I think he said he had a Rolex and an iPod Touch.
Oh, it was back in the day.
Yeah, it was back in the day.
You got iPod Touch.
I can't say I was about 7.
I know.
I was about, you trying to play me. Yeah. I had one in high school. I had one.
But let me tell you about this lady named Cindy I used to know. I don't know if she's alive or dead. But I used to run around a lot. I used to be in the streets. But she would call me and be like, I need you to come pick me up right now. because she would rob these dudes. They would go with her to the room, and she'd be like, I need you to come pick me up right now. And I'd be like, what happened? And she'd be like, just go. But now I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's what happened.
You know, and she was doing this a lot. So, like, that's just that's street life, though.
Yeah.
When people are at their bare minimum or the bottom, wherever the fuck they got to be at to rob a nigga, like, that's where they at. You know what I mean?
Say about Cardi B, though. I mean, you gotta. So that video. So that was an old video that just got resurfaced.
Yeah.
You gotta think about where she came from too.
Yeah.
You gotta think about she didn't have money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she's got her teeth done.
But does that make it
with money?
People was talking bad about the girl.
I mean, everybody had their lowest of lows. You know what I'm saying? So it's when stuff like that happens, they want to attack people like Cardi B. Like, I hate when people do that because
waiting to bring her down.
Oh, for sure, that's all it is.
But I'm like, okay, even though she didn't have any money, lots of people don't have money. So does that?
And those people that even though you don't know it, they doing something crooked to get.
Yeah, but does that make that acceptable or whatever?
No.
Because it's like she didn't have any money and she was trying to make it or whatever. She didn't even have no kids.
It's not acceptable, but at the same time, it's like
lifestyle.
Yeah, but her lifestyle is so different. She was in stripper lifestyle, so you got to imagine what kind of dude she was seeing. Pimps.
People
drug
who
dealers,
do fucked up shit
prostitutes.
To women.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you think that her doing these things was a result of toxic masculinity?
I do.
Yeah,
I think she never would have acted that way if she didn't feel like, fuck you, you deserve it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because she did wrong too.
Yeah.
Probably got beat up by dudes before and got all these things. So it's like,
and like
she gonna bring it back to these dudes, and it's
etc.
Drug dealers.
Like pimps.
People that don't care about women that much.
Yeah.
That don't love women. That is not affectionate. They don't really give a fuck
So
about
you think
them.
that she probably was like involved with these type of dudes?
Yeah. If she grew up in the
that will
suburbs,
slap the shit out of you in front of a group of other people, and this is shit I've seen. I saw
seen
the
a girl
girl
get
who
jumped
used
before.
to rob.
Jumped by who? Dudes?
She was a prostitute.
And that she owed them money or something.
I don't know. I just drove past it on Bissonnette and
that
it
is
happened.
terrible.
I seen it happen.
Pause.
She probably had the sherm. Just kidding.
She was a white girl, got jumped by a bunch of black dudes. Yeah. Probably didn't bring the money back.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying.
But that's a different life, though.
But they treating women like it's like pieces of meat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So if you're out there, you deal with a different breed of dude.
So you didn't even call the police or anything? Like
I was just driving.
That ain't my business.
I was just driving.
Create your own business.
Yeah, no, that's just.
I don't have to worry about what you got going on.
That ain't my business. I'm not gonna call.
I mean, but again, though, that's a different lifestyle, and them niggas will kill you.
I can't believe you didn't even just like, hey.
But it wasn't like I was driving like. I wasn't driving like 5 miles an hour. Like this was like they was like in a big old parking lot. I'm just driving. I just see him like
by Everest.
I don't know where it was. It was somewhere in Bissonnette.
There's an Everest here. I had no idea.
There were several. They've all closed and turned into something else.
I had no idea.
Yes, I was just like, man, like, but that's the lifestyle Cardi B's came from at that time.
I'm so judging you right now.
I feel like
me.
Yes.
You gotta think about it though. Like
police.
Yes.
Oh gosh. No way.
Jumped by some dudes.
Snitches get stitches. I'm not saying nothing.
And I don't believe that. I just feel like it's a different lifestyle. They have different rules. They have a whole code. It's like a little fucking fucked up community of street people. You know what I'm saying? People who live like this. You live by the sword, you die by the sword shit. You know what I mean? And we don't live that. Now, was I like dibble-dabbling when I was picking up this bitch? Yes, I was. So I kind of understand what happened. And I feel like it is wrong. But I feel like that's what they do. You know, like, niggas do this, bitches do this. And everybody's, I don't trust you.
Yeah.
Because they're both trying to get it how they live, basically. You know? But I think that it's a result of toxic masculinity.
Do you think that she should be canceled? Because a lot of people are like...
you know how I feel about cancel culture.
I know, because a lot of people are like, if it was a dude that came out and said this, or people... I see a lot of people trying to compare...
Oh my God, don't talk about it. I got to a huge fight this week.
What, comparing her to Bill Cosby? Because, I know it's two different situations.
That's true.
I got upset because I've been raped and also robbed at gunpoint. They're not the same. I didn't even heal from them the same way. One of them is I'm still working on. I'm okay that I lost my... I mean, it sucks I lost my dad's CDs and that people got shot. I didn't get shot. I'm okay from that. Rape is different.
Yeah.
To equate the two is wrong to me.
I've seen a lot of people like saying, okay, so y'all...
I know you're ready to go.
No. I got text. That's all. I got to look at my phone. I'm just checking the scores of the games. That's all.
No,
I'm just checking the score.
I've seen a lot of people like on Twitter and on Facebook where they're like comparing the Bill Cosby situation because he drugged women, but it was like he drugged them and
sexually assault their body.
Exactly. It's like you can't really. It's like apples and oranges or whatever. If he would have stopped at drugging,
they're the same.
Yeah.
If he would have took their panties and left without raping them, that's robbery.
Right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm still tripped out about Bill Cosby about that.
But see, the thing
that was your daddy.
These
it was just Bill Cosby, like
yeah, but he's a human, and we put him on that pedestal. You know what I'm saying?
That's your generation, folk.
Clifford was your daddy, not Bill Cosby.
That's y'all generation put Bill Cosby on that pedestal.
Heathcliff Huxtable, that was that nigga. Bill Cosby was a regular comedian who probably had dibble-dabbled in dope.
Yeah.
Or whatever he was doing. That's how he got access to all them drugs. He was like, give me some of them Quaaludes.
Right.
I'm trying to lift.
It's like, who really does Quaaludes, though? Like,
they did.
I guess so. Like,
that was the shit back then. It was like almost like taking a tab.
So that was y'all's Molly.
Who is y'all? Nigga,
y'all
Bill
generation
Cosby is like 800 years old.
But it's his generation.
And I heard in our 30s.
Learn from him, and then now us we coming under y'all.
And when we saw him, he was already 35, 37 years older than we were.
Guess how? No.
He's like 90. So
he is like he's 70 with cataracts. Danielle and I are not 40.
He cannot see. Like, real talk, I thought he was gonna die before he went to jail.
What? The face he made when the naked girl jumped out the bushes. He was
like, I did not even think he was gonna withstand trial. Like, I really did not.
I thought something was gonna happen too.
I thought he was gonna die first. Like,
how long he got left?
Who knows?
I don't know. I really have no idea.
Between him and the Lord.
I don't think he's gonna make it out of prison. He's gonna die there.
Yeah.
I think these people should be going to prison. I do. For what
y'all think Art? Just say just yes or no about R. Kelly. I know y'all probably talk about it, so I'm gonna just say yes or no. Is he going to jail?
He's going to jail.
Okay, should he go to jail?
I think he definitely should.
Yeah, I
think and here's why I think he should. Outside of the obvious of him being like a pedophile, he's so narcissistic and so manipulative, and just you need to go sit down somewhere.
I think he's going to jail simply for the fact that he's running out of money. You cannot hire A1 lawyers.
I think he put his own business out there. He didn't say $350,000 at the bank. Had people take he had people go get money out the bank. I'm like, what?
For his bail?
Because he can't read.
No, like
he sure can't.
Remember he said I think last he said was the first time he went to the bank.
That probably has got him in a lot of fucking trouble. But you know what? You got to look at his environment too. And yes, he's a pedophile. Yes, he's wrong. But he can't read as a grown adult man.
Hey, something going on with Chicago. Jesse Smollett. Man, I'm glad. I'm glad. It's
good.
Can you
believe they dropped all the charges?
No, first of all, I'm glad. I'm not gonna say I'm glad, but I'm saying about time black privilege. Because if that was a regular black dude, he's in jail for sure.
He's light skinned though. Is it?
He's black.
That's biracial, aren't they?
He's black. I don't give a fuck what he is. He's African American.
Well, he's on the Black show.
It's cool. Yeah. But, I mean, he can still make money. He could have a podcast.
He could have wrote that. He could have written that down, and he could have
made a movie.
Got a fucking phone and made a movie. Yeah. He's down with Lee Daniels. Hey Lee, I got a bomb ass.
They both gay too.
Yeah.
Come on, they could have fucking did the thing.
Lee probably paid some. Money talks.
He did. You know somebody did.
Didn't Lee have pictures with the two Nigerian dudes?
Oh, I don't know, but somebody paid for that man to get
out
of jail.
Probably two Nigerian scammers.
For them to go drop. All this shit was bullshit.
Well, the Nigerian dudes, they are lost right now. Nobody knows where they are. So I think that
they on the beach somewhere with that money that they got paid to do this bullshit.
I think that's why the charges were dropped, because really without them, they don't really have much of a case.
Oh yeah, they told him to lead the
so yeah, because those were the only witnesses.
Yeah. So Jesse knew he wasn't gonna go to jail.
But the story was so outlandish.
It was,
it was so empire-ish.
It was empire-ish. It was.
Make America Great Hat Again. Where beat me up and
then have a Subway. Go get a Subway sandwich.
Your sponsor.
And then walk into with think about it.
I don't like you. Like I said, I'm gonna do some product placement real quick.
And then walk with a noose.
A noose? The most extreme racism possible.
My thing is just like
extreme.
Everywhere
is like a
my thing is everywhere is racist. But think about it. The slums of Chicago is black.
In the news.
But it was like 2 a.m. and 20 below weather. It was when it was really
Hey,
cold.
I'm out here freezing my ass off, fucking with
some. Hey, let's jump this guy right here in 20.
Like
besides
he made
going
it sound
home,
like he was in Tomball in like the middle of the evening,
Santa Fe or something,
or somewhere. You know what I mean? Like the story was so outlandish, and the fucked up thing is, growing up in Tomball, people are fucking racist like that.
Mm-hmm.
Texas, period. Houston.
Yeah.
I was at Twin Peaks last week watching the game, and there was a dude sitting by us, me and my brother, and he was telling the guy that, well, it was me and my brother, and then a guy that his daughter go to U of H, because U of H game playing. Yeah, black dude, then the white dude sitting next to him like a cowboy hat, so we know how that goes. So he was saying he voted for Trump, but this ain't the Trump he voted for. So all Texas is racist. Fuck all that.
But you know what? It's not just them being racist. They're white. They're white. So the thing is that you can be white and not be racist. Easily.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you can easily be racist and not be white. But the thing about Trump supporters is there are people who are not intelligent, because anybody or there are people who are easily swayed by glitter. That looks good. I want to do that. I'd like to say how I feel. I'm gonna vote for him.
I feel like that is Trump supporters. They're very easily swayed. They're not very smart.
Yeah.
And they
see things one-sided.
Very one-sided, and it's like
he's not getting impeached.
He's not getting impeached.
And I pray to God he don't get reelected, because I feel like nothing has happened. I feel like we keep waiting for some shit to happen, but because everyone's
I think Beto would give him a run for his money.
I don't think just Beto. I think the Asian guy that was on Breakfast Club.
I don't know about the Asian.
You know what's crazy though? That's the type of guy that's not gonna. It's like the actress off of Us. Yeah. She was so great. She was too great to win an Oscar. Like, it was too great. I don't feel like she's gonna win it. Technically, there's somebody else.
Have they done it yet? They did.
Yeah,
and she didn't.
Yeah.
I don't watch that shit.
But like, I don't watch the Oscar. But I'm saying, like, you see something and it's like it's too great that it's not gonna win. You know what I'm saying? Win certain things, like Nipsey Hussle album didn't win. You know what I'm saying?
That's, first of all, fuck the album, the photo spread.
Yeah, but like, to what I'm saying though is like, with the dude from the Asian dude, he has all these great ideas. Like, we all get $1,000 a month. All them, it's too good to be a president. Like,
because you know why? And it's not because he's too good. It's because what he's talking about goes against too many other people's interests. Yeah. So if you want to provide the public with things,
his ideas are never going to get pushed through.
Right.
No,
never. So even black folks sometimes be like, no, because if things are too drastic change, people don't want that.
Well, I mean, just Trump won on the idea of this wall. That's why he's pressing it so hard.
Based on what he said behind immigrants.
Yeah.
He got too much pride, so he gonna fight for that wall.
Did y'all see what he said about
that was
Jussie
his
Smollett?
platform. Yeah.
What did he say?
That the FBI is going to.
He said he was an embarrassment to this country.
Did he really?
Girl, yes.
Oh wow.
You are an embarrassment to the world, Craig. The world. Like he's so narcissistic, but
he's a narcissist with a, and he you know what's crazy? He knows whatever he's gonna say is gonna. He's like a marketing genius, because he knows everything. He knows what he says everything on purpose. I guarantee.
I bet you he don't even believe the shit that he be saying.
So I'm gonna ask y'all this: Would y'all do business with him?
I don't know. I feel like I would have to just really like break down what the fuck are you doing?
Because no,
I don't. Fucking with this country.
I wouldn't do business with him for the simple fact that everything that he touches, it messes up other people and it builds him up,
and then it goes bankrupt.
Right? So. Exactly. So I mean, it wouldn't benefit me to do business with him, because I would be on the tail end of it. You know, like
you'd be the one getting fucked up.
Yeah, like think about his charity organization. Like they're being investigated now or whatnot. What? He has, because they were saying that some of the funds that he was God, I read about it the other day. They said the funds that he was using, I think they were inappropriate misuse of funds for the charitable organization.
First of all, run through his whole books.
Right. So they actually have to dismantle the organization or whatever, because I think it was something involved with the campaign and him buying a picture of himself or something like that. Like,
could you imagine your whole entire platform crumbles because you had to buy a picture of yourself? You just had to have it.
It was like he was auctioning. It was something like so ridiculous. But basically they had to dismantle the whole thing.
It has my name on it.
Yeah, they had to dismantle
I'm buying it, and then you lose every credibility you ever had because narcissism.
Right. So like all of that money and all of that contribution that all those people did, like it's all gone.
So let's talk. Did you see the movie?
What movie?
Us.
No, I haven't seen it.
Did you watch it?
Twice. I'm gonna see it the third time tomorrow.
Really? Yeah, I think I might watch it again.
Gosh.
It was very good.
I'm gonna put like this.
But I'll talk about privilege with you on that.
I'm gonna put like this though. A lot of people got recency bias right now. Because since this movie, people forgot about Get Out.
Yeah.
And it's people like, oh, what's better Get Out of Us? Since you ain't see the movie, so I don't want to spoil anything, but you going to have to see it twice. It's like the reference I made with people. I said, Get Out, it's like Kendrick Lamar. Good Kid, Mad City first album. We knew what it was. It was great. Had a meaning, but it was great. We knew what it was. Like Get Out. We knew what it was when we seen it. You know what I'm saying? To Pimp a Butterfly, you have to see it twice. You have to hear it 2 or 3 times to understand the album.
Because there's so many layers.
Us, 2 to 3 times to understand the movie, to get like the small points in it. Us is, look,
There's
Jordan Peele is a
lot of layers there.
Jordan Peele is making, this is his era of horror right now. But did you catch
where she said we're Americans?
Yeah, for sure.
And I was like,
and I caught the very end, and I said that like the Trump wall when everybody lined up.
Yes.
California, Mexico, the wall.
That's exactly what it looked
That's
like.
what it was. They had the helicopters flying like it was breaking news. Yeah. Oh, the Trump wall. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get too much, but you're going to notice at the end.
I felt like, and I'm sorry, Danielle, I felt like I couldn't dislike any character because I feel like I could relate to both.
Lupita, she carried that.
I
ain't gonna lie. Winston Duke was funny. Winston Duke was funny.
Yeah, but he was comic relief.
That's what it was.
She did that.
She was.
And you know who else was good? My girl, Elizabeth Moss.
That's when the little girl, right?
She got killed. No, the white woman. When she died, I was like, oh.
Oh, that's her name.
Bitch,
okay.
You better.
She's in the.
Oh, don't tell her. You ain't gonna tell her that because
no,
you're
not
gonna spoil
Man.
everything.
I thought that was the lady from the Hulu show with the.
It is Handmaids.
Yeah, Handmaids.
Because you won't tell her because that's another layer to the movie.
She's in there.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't watch that show. Let me stop back.
First of all, there's so many pieces to that.
That's what I'm saying.
Anything, people are gonna be like, "What?" until they see it.
Think about it though. The trailer is nothing like the movie. Because remember, after that driveway, the scene after that driveway scene, that house, we didn't know it was gonna be another layer to that movie.
But you know what? We walked in late. We got there right after his boat scene.
So you didn't see the beginning?
I saw the beginning.
Oh,
because I went back and watched it. Because even though now I have like porn stuff popping up on my phone nonstop, but I had to watch the front. You know.
So you found it illegally online.
But I did pay for it once. Anyway,
it was
good.
It was
good.
It was
good. I can send it to you. The link.
Was it scary?
It's more scary than
it wasn't scary.
It wasn't scary.
It wasn't scary.
I felt like I was solving a puzzle the whole time.
Yeah, that's you.
Or not solving a puzzle, but like
it's a riddle.
I had to pay attention to everything. You're gonna be like,
So
the first time you're gonna watch the first time, you're gonna be like, you're gonna ask questions. You're gonna have questions after the first time.
Don't eat cookies.
And then the second time you're gonna be like, okay,
I get it.
I got it now. Cause I'm finna watch it the third time. I got it all, but I like the movie.
Is that where you're going?
Not tomorrow.
I'm all in your business.
No, I'm just going to watch the games with my brothers. Cause my nephew's birthday, so they already up there.
Birthday,
so
nephew.
So they already up there at Twin Peaks right now. So
you're going back to Twin Peaks.
Where the racist people
Which
are.
one is it you're going to?
By Kate, by Davenport, 59 Kirby.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you gotta go back on that side.
Yeah, I'll go back. Yeah.
That's where I met you at the Davenport.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
Davenport.
I'm glad that you know what, that person that I was with, he was just meant for me to connect with you and whoever else I connected with while I was bebopping around.
For real. So I guess you cut him off.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds
and that's okay. I mean, I feel like when you meet people, if they don't connect with you the way you connect with them, it's okay to just say, you know what?
Yeah.
You know, it was good.
Everybody has their purpose.
Right.
Maybe that was just his purpose.
Yeah, to make sure that I connected.
I don't know how conversation started. I forgot.
You were standing there and I was like, hey, I was talking to the other guy.
Gary?
The white guy?
Oh.
A white comic guy. White comic.
There's a white guy there?
White comic.
She's like, there are white people at Davenport?
I'm not sure. But I was just like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And you were like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I have a podcast. I was like, me too. too, and then I was all tipsy.
Oh, then and then you gave me the subscription.
Yeah. So I mean, it's all good. But I think I see you going on TV, of course.
Yeah, I mean,
you're already because I like that's or not necessarily TV. You already have YouTube.
Yeah.
That's what I see for you.
What do you want next? Like, do you want a television show? Like, is that what you want?
I mean, if anything come up, yeah. But I mean,
like, what is
my brand is like this is the number one option. Like, my ultimate thing is to, like I said, have this podcast, make as much money as I can, and
who's your dream guest?
The Rock.
The Rock.
Oh my God.
It's a couple. The Rock. I grew up watching wrestling. And I was in the Attitude Era. And that's the one thing about my generation. We had the Attitude Era. It was like great. Those 5 years was great.
So you want to do the people's eyebrow?
I used to do. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm gonna tell you something about The Rock. Like, I was a kid watching his fights, and that's why I watched wrestling, because of The Rock. And he was so fly every week.
Yeah.
He had the swagger, the charisma.
Full branded.
Man, like
always on point.
He was on point every time. And then when he lost, I used to always get mad, even if it was on SmackDown or Raw, especially pay-per-view.
Like, I can't believe.
Like, I used to cry. Like, I was crying when he lose. I was to cry.
Wait, we didn't ask you. What's your birthday? So we can.
August 5th.
Oh, you're
a Leo.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, like, The Rock.
Okay.
Will Smith, too. Will Smith, another guy. Will Smith is another guy.
Will Smith is your dream.
So, these are like these are like people I grew up watching.
Yeah.
And then, of course, LeBron. Like, that's those top three.
Did you tell the universe already that you wanted them?
I told you, yeah, for sure. The Rock. I feel like I'm gonna be connected to LeBron James. I don't know when. I don't know how.
LeBron James.
I mean, if you harass them enough on Twitter, they'll
talk to you.
Yeah. I just think.
LeBron
I feel like I had like a vision one time. I just met up with like Rich Paul and his people, and they came to me like, "Hey, I like your podcast, yada yada."
I love it.
Like, I just feel like LeBron James could be like reachable.
He is. Anyone is reachable. Like recently, I sent out an Instagram post, and I know Issa Rae talks to people, but when she talked to me, I was like, she talked to me. That's the second time she talked to me. I was like,
Twitter?
I know how to reach her. Yeah,
Twitter?
No, Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
And every time I see somebody post and tag her, I'll be looking to see if she says something to them.
That's what I'm saying. Social media is crazy. Like, you have so much. It's so reachable to these celebrities. Like, think about it. Think about it if Prince and Michael Jackson was like. That's what I'm saying. Imagine Michael Jackson and Prince. Like, my aunt, if they had social media back in the day, my aunt
I feel like Michael Jackson is problematic right now. Like,
honestly, my only thing.
Man, Mike ain't do that, man. Shout out to Michael Jackson, man.
I feel like Mike probably did do it.
He did something with those
like
children.
I feel like Mike is a pedophile, and that's okay.
Man,
but not okay.
Wait, whoa.
Okay, but let me finish.
That's my favorite artist ever too.
No, look, man. I used to think Michael Jackson was going to come to my house and pick me up and take me.
If you were a boy, he probably would have.
Man, come on, Mike, man.
He would have picked up.
If you are a white boy.
Yeah, right. Not you.
No, Mike can't do that. Mike can't do that.
But see, the thing is that he's human. Or he was human. So humans are flawed.
He's still
human.
Just like fucking R. Kelly is fucking weird as fuck.
Man, they two different people, man. Like, he worse than
they're
me.
one the same.
But the thing is that we look at these normal human eccentric ass people and go, "Oh, you're my hero." These motherfuckers weird as fuck.
Michael Jackson had no childhood too.
Yeah, so
that doesn't matter.
But that's part of his issue. But
just because
that doesn't make him not a pedophile.
No, just because you didn't have a childhood does not give you the opportunity to rob somebody else of their child.
But how do they know how do we know he actually did? Because they had the trial back in the day. He was not guilty. It was on file that they didn't do it.
If too many people say you touch their genitals, you touch.
But think about it. I seen a Vlad interview. It was one of Joe Jackson's friends, and he said on Vlad, he said the FBI, the investigators came and say they pay him $250,000 to say that your kid was around Michael Jackson. He said, "Hell no, I'm not doing that."
$250,000. Michael Jackson's not even black for them to be spending money like that.
That's what I'm saying though. He said, but basically what he's saying is that people offered him to say like, "Hey, we give you the money to say that your kid was with Michael Jackson."
I feel like everything is founded in some truth.
I think, okay, this is what I think. Okay, so I'll say initially, I thought that Michael Jackson was innocent. Mainly because I feel like the parents sold their kids out.
Yeah.
Because why is it that Michael Jackson is allowed to sleep over your house in your child's bed? Like, to me.
I thought that was, what was that show?
No,
Abducted in Plain Sight.
That also
it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I seen that.
But that also happened.
I ain't like that documentary.
But the documentary.
It was true though. That's a real story, and that's what Michael Jackson was doing.
Man, we don't know that.
The documentary.
Is there what the evidence at?
The documentary
the stories
on
are similar.
HBO.
That documentary open made, man.
But okay, so the parents admitted to the
Oprah
fact
didn't
that
make that.
She was part of it.
Interviewed the people who made the documentary.
She could have been like, no, I'm around Michael Jackson.
Journalist.
I don't care. You roll with you was with Michael Jackson in the beginning.
Baby. You're gonna be like, I'll interview you.
Nope, no, I wouldn't. I stay true to myself.
No,
if I ain't rock with that, I'll support Michael Jackson.
This is where I was like, okay, so you allowed this man to come into your home and sleep in your child's bed.
What evidence is that though?
The parents and the child is in agreement with that. That's one. I can't say that just based off him sleeping in the bed alone that he actually molested them.
But these are he say she say things though.
Yeah,
but these he say she things. Think about it. It's he say she say.
The fact that the child was able to say what his penis looked like, and then he has this mark.
I don't want to hear
on
that.
his penis.
That's
why I'm hurts. Like, okay, still you can't say that he actually penetrated him or he made him do something. Like he could have shown himself to him. Still, you can't, but that's inappropriate too.
Let's compare penises. Mine's big.
That just sounds so weird. No, what is the like?
But look,
we all go for he say she say.
Wait, I'm sorry, you said that sounds so weird, and then what to say Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson was wearing a full wig.
Okay.
And white skin.
His hair got blown for the Pepsi commercial.
And that was like 45 years ago.
Men go bald. They don't get wigs.
He turned white.
Imagine Michael white skin bald.
Michael Jackson died as a white woman.
Man, watch out. Y'all disrespecting Michael Jackson.
I love Michael Jackson, but Michael Jackson died
goat.
as a white woman.
That is the real. We talk about goats. That's the goat.
You can't take away his credentials. You can't take none of that stuff away.
Never,
like I mean, white people fainted when they saw this man.
Not just white, black people did too.
No, everybody's showing in the videos is a white woman.
It be white.
White women they faint over black dudes still now to this day.
Okay, anyway, but he was not black.
He's still his DNA.
His aesthetic was not. That wig was like this, y'all.
This is all I can say about that.
Y'all hopping on my boy Michael right now.
Fight me, Michael Jackson.
I'm not saying
he's dead.
I know, so I can keep talking.
It's his 10-year anniversary of his death. Wow, this is what we doing.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying that he
sad.
actually molested them, right? But something happened is what I'm saying.
The shit was inappropriate.
That was exactly.
The relationship was inappropriate.
There was some inappropriate actions going on because
why am I not best friends with any children?
Why would you know?
Why
would you know that this man has a specific mark on his penis? And they looked at his penis and they saw that he does have this specific mark.
The only weird thing was that Michael was never married and had like a girlfriend.
You cannot say that is the only weird thing when this child can tell you what his penis looks like.
Well, I ain't watched the documentary. I ain't want to support that.
That was a little bit telling of his.
When?
I'm never gonna get married, and fake Debbie Rowe had baby was a Debbie Rowe. Them were not his children.
It was what
they're not even black. Well, he wasn't black. How? God, he changed his genetics.
Mind blown. But they were IVF or whatever. Like I don't think
with a different sperm.
Like his song on Bad said, "Leave me alone." That's what he's saying.
Yes, fine.
No, Paris looks like him. Paris looks like a white version of him.
Paris looks like his white.
He don't have no black.
His white woman version.
Wait, there's a video on YouTube
she looks like his white woman face.
Yes. There's a video on YouTube that
looks like Debbie Rowe and whatever Debbie Rowe fuck. That's what she looks like.
She has like his eyes or something. Like I don't know the eye shape.
Thank you, Michael Jackson fans.
But there's a video that went viral like a while back that Michael Jackson kid might be out there. He looked like him and sound like him, but I guess he was covered up.
I believe I have a pimple. First of all, but honestly, did y'all see that they tried to say that Paris had almost tried to commit suicide again after that documentary came out?
Oh, poor thing.
She go through it because she's like, "That is my dad." No, it's not. But that's your dad. You know what I'm saying? It's not your dad. That might
you don't
be
think it's
your
your biological dad?
No, I don't. Not because she's light skinned. Because I feel like people.
She just take after her white.
Biracial kids look all kinds of ways.
But Nicole Richie looks white.
Can somebody's nose reach the cheeks? Not at one.
But I mean, to that, Nicole Richie does not looks more white than she always had to prove that she was Lionel Richie's child.
But Lionel Richie and them adopted her. She is She is biracial,
okay.
but that's not her parents.
He's not her real. Okay,
no.
So never mind. That was a bad example.
She was the child of one of his band members. They adopted. Yeah. So I'm trying to find out when somebody knows gonna hit, because they don't even look like.
What did Beyonce? The original Jackson nose, or what did she say?
I like my Negro nose with Jackson 5
5's nostrils. Yeah.
And I think he would have been a very handsome adult.
He would have, yeah.
And I don't think that he felt that. And that's a shame. Yeah. Diana Ross, I'm blaming you. Because you had an opportunity to help that boy. You didn't.
So where can we find your show?
YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play. Real Deal with the Kill, AKIL. A lot of people like to put AQIL and AQUI and all these other things, but AKIL.
Real Deal with Akil, AKIL.
Yeah, and Instagram, AK_the realest, THEREALEST. So, yeah.
How often do you
do the show?
Yeah.
I ain't do a show since January.
Why are you on a break? You're not casting?
Business side of things. Just like trying to get like sponsorships and other things. I got meet with some people Monday about the show and direction and everything. So.
All right. So like in general, like is it a weekly?
It's a weekly show in general.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
for sure. It's a weekly show. Okay.
So I just took a break.
Took a break on a little hiatus right now, chilling, going to Twin Peaks.
Okay.
Chilling with the racists.
Doing that.
Every week I'll be like, yo.
I didn't know. I didn't hear him or see him. He was talking to a guy that my brother was talking to.
Like, you know what? I hang out with racists on the weekend.
You know what I'm saying? Look, hey.
All my friends are racist.
Shit, look,
I am the one black friend.
Man, we are all racist.
Black friends.
White people racist, black people racist, everybody racist. Everybody got some racism.
It's the light skin in you.
I mean, there's a lot of stereotypes that we're raised with. If you're raised with stereotypes, you're gonna come to believe some of that shit. Even if it's not true, you're going to be like, and a lot of that shit be true. We be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of us are different. We have our different isms and shit. Mm-hmm. If you want to know, just like comedians do, you want to know how Mexicans do or whatever, people be like, oh, you're racist. This is real life, man. Do you see them? They be in the car a lot.
It's so interesting to me that people are even racist because, you know, when you boil everything down, we all want the same things. Everybody wants to be able to take care of their family. Everybody wants access to health care that's affordable. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to go to work and do their job and make a great pay to where they can actually support their family.
And enjoy things as well.
Right. And take their families on vacations and, you know, all that. Like, everybody wants the same thing or whatever. And to think that you have to actually compete with somebody else and think that they actually get... Because a lot of white people, they feel like, you know, black people get an upper hand or whatever.
Yes, because of affirmative action.
Right. Because we took advantage of you and we beat you. Yeah. And so now you get these...
whenever you're done, I have a little story.
Yeah. So now, you know... You get these things that I had no part in. You know, I'm no part in racism.
So jealous that you've been systematically oppressed.
You know, like, I don't have anything to do with that. How is it that I have anything to do with that? You know, those were ancestors. That's in the past. Like, why are you bringing this stuff up?
But see, that's why okay, so excuse me. This week I'm in a lot of them small shop groups, like for moms with kids, because I like bows and I'm trying to get bows for Michaela, whatever. They had a huge blowout because one shop said she keeps 2 spots for kids of color to rep for her. So what they do is they get brand reps. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, I'm doing a rep search. They have people submit, right? She says she keeps 2 spots for kids of color. Because when one mom asked why she didn't have more, you know, black kids on her feet, because they're all white, most of them. Mm-hmm. Well, I keep 2 spots, she said. The other moms were like, bitch, oh really? Because that's like affirmative action for boutique shops for kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you serious? So it's like you don't think you're racist, but she don't think she's racist. What it is that she just fucking tone deaf. Like, that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is wrong. You're not hitting the mark.
Okay, so devil's advocate here.
You think 2 spots is good?
Why can't I support my own people?
You can.
Because
but you need to, like...
Why do I even need 2 spots? Like, I want I want all of my spots. This is for white kids. This ain't for your kids
then
or whatever.
You need to move out of this arena. Stop marketing over here. If you're not selling to us, don't sell to us.
Right.
Because we're gonna be looking to buy and go,
right.
I don't see me. Or you're saying you want this, and then I submit, and you're not choosing me. That's the problem. Is I want diversity. Then the black moms go, okay, I'm submitting. Here are my kids. They're so cute. Black kids are cute. We all know. We cute. Okay, our kids are cute. So they don't choose them though when their curls too tight,
right?
Skin a little bit too dark or whatever. Right. They choose the biracial kids who look just black enough, but still cute, white cute. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, so
that's the problem.
I actually just wish white people that behave that way would just be like, my shit is for white people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I would, if I had a product that...
You didn't want black people to buy?
No, that I didn't want white people to buy. Or I wanted to be like black centric. Like, this is for black people. You know.
But white people will still buy it. That's the thing.
Yeah,
they'll still be like, fuck you. I don't see any black people on your shit.
So, I mean, I don't necessarily... I mean, I see how it's problematic, but if that's your market, then market to who it is that you want to market to.
And that's why it's problematic, because they're not being honest and forthcoming about what they want.
Like, I mean, it's no different than if you are, like how we talked about previously, like if you're at a Gucci or Prada level, like you're only marketing to people in this price point, people that make this amount of income. You're not trying to get down to these people that make $20,000-$30,000 a year, because they're not going to, they can't afford it.
There are black people who are in the 1% though. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like,
still, you're not who I'm trying to. You're not the person that I want in my products.
That's true.
You know,
they're not going to say it though.
No, they're not gonna say it, because that's bad publicity,
and that's good money for me. So let me know if you'd like diversity consulting. Thank you. All right. So how did you like the wine?
I have a nice buzz.
It's 14.5. I'm like,
that's more than some beer.
But it's a little bit too oaky for me.
The wood.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to drink the wood.
I know they did not say buttery. You could never be. What's that wine we like?
It was it was called something butter.
Yeah.
It was I don't even remember. It was, I can see the bottle in front of in my mind.
But
like, I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, it's not really buttery to me. It is more so on the dry side than the buttery side. And it is very oaky. It leaves a very oaky aftertaste too. Like, I don't want to drink the wood, ride the wood, but not drink the wood.
It's fucking Friday. Y'all better be getting it in. Okay, so let me read what the back says.
Okay.
It takes 4 simple ingredients to pull off this classic American confection. Flour, eggs, sugar, and our favorite, butter. Does not taste like butter. Inspired by these time-honored flavors, Pound Cake Chardonnay is just what you'd expect. Creamy, buttery, melting your mouth richness, met with a perfect measure of toasty oak for a luxurious and lingering finish. Whichever white person wrote this is wrong.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it has a creamy, buttery. It wasn't Land O'Lakes butter.
Okay. It didn't taste like butter at all. Buttercream is what that was
it was
called.
Buttercream. Yeah, it is.
That shit was good.
Yeah, it was.
It was good.
I was drinking that for like about a month straight.
That tasted like cake.
Yeah, it
or
did.
like it tasted like the base of a cake.
Yeah.
This is not.
No, it's not. I'll give this one. I'll give it a 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 15 because y'all try to lie on the back.
So
that's how I.
What you have a number, Akil?
Ooh, I mean, it was good to me. I don't drink a lot of wine, so it was
out
good
of 25.
Out of 25?
Yeah.
Y'all get some low numbers for that, huh? I thought it was 20. Damn, 25. Well,
it's aroma, taste, finish, body. What was the other one? Taste. Wait, no. Taste, aroma, finish, body.
I feel like it's too late in the show to do this.
Well, we did it at the beginning, but
I'm gonna say 22.
Wow. Okay, so you're not a wine drinker.
I'm not a wine shop. It was good to me. So
I done turned into a connoisseur in the last 2 years. So
it averages an 18.
Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah. But you're not the monthly winner.
No, you're not.
It wasn't bad. It just didn't taste like butter. Take that off.
You say it's going to be pound cake. Like, you kind of think it's going to be like a little sweetness to it.
Like it's going to taste like cake.
Yeah.
I would give it 25 if it was actually butter and stuff. Like,
But
it's not. If it had tasted more
if the real ingredients they said I tasted in there, then yeah.
Yeah. No, it doesn't do that. It's more on the oaky side to it. Yeah, it
tastes like the barrel.
It tastes like the barrel.
For real, it don't taste like what you put in it. It tastes like the barrel.
Yeah.
So even though you want it to have a small oaky taste, everything else is like overpowering of the oak.
Yeah,
ruins everything else. You can't taste whatever butter.
But I have a nice buzz, so
okay. I like that.
So there's that.
Let me change my score to a 20 because I get 5 points. For being alcohol. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming.
For sure. I appreciate y'all for having me.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, and make sure you guys follow us on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Platform.
I'm
turning this shit off. Oh my God, I can't.
Go to our website, www.betweenusgirlspodcast.com, and you can find all the links there. And we are reading Hoe Tactics this month by G.L. Lambert. So if you want to read with us, join our Facebook group. You get the link at our website. It's a really good read, and it has really good nuggets. It's going to help you build your confidence as a woman in these dating streets. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Anyway, bye.
Thank you for joining us on Between Us Girls. But don't keep it a secret. Listen and share with everyone you know. See you next week.